Hey, beautiful people. Hope you all are doing very well today. Welcome once again to the Young and Independent Show, where we discuss a variety of topics to help young folks live lives that are spiritually fulfilled, lives that are value added, lives that are less materialistic, and lives that are financially independent. I'm your host, Sil, and this morning I want us to talk about value. Value. That I preach value every single day, all day, until I die. I'm going to preach value. It is absolutely crucial for you to understand that your value, or the value that you bring into the life of anyone or any space, is what you are worth in terms of financial compensation. You see, I don't know if you've ever taken the time to ponder or to ask yourself, why is it that people working in an organization, right? If you're working, for those who are working, some of your colleagues are earning twice what you're earning, but both of you are doing, in quotes, the same job. Both of you are at the same level. The only reason why this is the case is because your colleague is more valuable to the organization than you are. The only reason why your colleague is paid more. Sorry, I got interrupted by my son. I try to do this thing, and I don't want to let motherhood get in the way or become my excuse. So I'll do it anyway. Sometimes you might hear the kids in the background. I'm sorry about that. There's nothing much I can do. So value is very important. It's very, very important. Sometimes people overvalue themselves. I don't know what they're thinking about. But if you overvalue yourself, then you end up being at the losing end, okay? For example, if you go for a job interview and after the interview is conducted, they ask you, which is very common, they'll ask you, how much do you think you should be paid? Some people say call amounts that are insanely, they're just ridiculously over the top. And I'm asking myself, okay, when you say this amount, what are you thinking about? Are you just trying to tease the person who is asking you, who most of the time has got options? Or are you acting out of ignorance, complete ignorance, which is why personal development is super duper, ultra, mega important. Did you hear all those words I use? Super duper, ultra, mega important. You have to read. Readers are leaders. Read. Look around you. Before you go for a job interview, find out how much that job pays. Find out how much people who are in a particular business field are earning before you jump into that business niche. Find out. Do your research. The course I'm doing right now is a perfect example of personal development and doing your research so that you don't appear stupid. Imagine you go for a job interview, they ask you this question. The salary range in that industry is, for argument's sake, $5,000 a month. And when they ask you how much you want to get paid, you say $20,000 or $30,000 a month. Or let me come down to low levels. If the salary is $1,000 and they ask you how much you want to get paid or how much you expect to get paid, you say $5,000. You've been kicked out. Booted out immediately. First off, you come across as completely ignorant. And who is going to hire someone who is clueless about the industry they're getting into? You're not valuable because you don't have any sense. That's why I always tag one of my hashtags is receive sense in 2022. Receive it. It's very important. These little things, very important. I asked someone the other day, I made a post and said, can anyone do this? First off, what I realized that people don't read. The ad is very clear. People don't read. I don't know, for a very strange reason, people don't like to read. People just jump into things and I can do it. What can you do? Well, what is this about? I mean, what is this about? Are you kidding me? The ad was very clear what it was about. You didn't even bother to read it. That turns me off. I can't even work with you. Forget it. You can be as fantastic, but if you don't have the patience to read and you come across as stupid in your first encounter, you've lost it. You've lost the plot completely. Value. Value, value, value. Now, let's move to the part 2 of this podcast. So, when we look around us, right? When we look around us, there's some people who are in our neighborhoods, who are in our countries, who are in our continent, who are doing fantastically well when it comes to economics. I mean, standard of living. They're doing very well. Some are doing just okay, but some are doing really badly. And you're asking yourself, why are the same type of people in the same environment completely opposite when it comes to circumstances? You start to wonder, what could be the cause? The cause is value. The cause is value. So I've got people, on my Facebook group, my young and independent WhatsApp groups. I think I've got like 5 groups now. You can see the difference between those who want to do something out of their, or make something out of their lives, and those who are just, following. They're just followers. They don't ever want to be leaders. They don't ever want to take initiative. They're just following, they're in the group, but they never participate. They never do anything that is going to add value to the group. They never do anything that is going to add value to their lives. They're just there, I really need to have a conversation to find out, why are you even in this group if you're not going to practice anything that is taught in the group? Why are you even there? Some people have exited, which is fantastic. I mean, many are called, but few are chosen. In a class, not everyone is first. Some are first and some are last. Doesn't mean that the lecturer is bad. It just means that the students put effort into their studies at different levels. We have to think about our value, the value that we bring to the space in which we find ourselves. That's the way we stand out. That's why some people are very much needed. Some people are very much loved. Some people are very much missed. While others, no one gives a toss about you because you're not valuable. You're not. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. In a family where someone is actually supportive financially, that person is respected. When that person walks in, he's given a seat. But you, a member of the family, even a child of the family, who is always on the asking end, or who never chips in anything when he's needed, you're not valuable to the family. So when you walk in, no one gives you a chair. No one gives you a seat. No one even seeks your opinion because you're not known to be someone who contributes to things, who changes situations, who impacts lives. We have to be valuable. We have to become valuable. And also, I think I've mentioned this already, but if you want to become successful, if you want to change your life, if you want to improve your finances, please, please, please look for a solution to problems and price them accordingly. You might have a brilliant solution to a problem that people are facing, but if your pricing is absurd, then you're in the wrong place. You are in the wrong place. The price of an item in the US is not the same as the price of an item in Cameroon or in, for argument's sake, Nigeria or Mozambique, or even in Brazil. I was listening to, or I was participating in a Quora.com discussion where someone said that with 90,000 British pounds, how much is that in CFA? Because I know most of my listeners are in Cameroon, although my listenership is growing really mad in the US and in the UK. So 90,000 pounds times 750, that is 67,500,000. Someone said that. Is that correct? Yeah, it is correct. Yeah, 67,500,000, guys. So my people in Cameroon, someone asked that, can you live comfortably on that amount every year with 2 children in the UK? And 90% of the people who were in the, if you know Quora, for those who use Quora, who were in the comment section said, no way, no need for you to bring that amount of money in London because you will just be hanging on a thread and living a very, or below average life. I'm like, okay. And a single person who lives in Brazil came and said, are you guys kidding me? In Brazil, the yearly average income for the entire year is $3,000. That's around £2,500. And someone has got 90,000 and is unsure whether they will survive on that money in London. And someone else is saying, man, with 3,000, you're good in Brazil. So this is perspective. Now, if like what I've been doing recently, trying to give gigs to my people in Cameroon, just to encourage them and to make them understand that they can actually make money with their talents, and that's what God has given them to feed them, and that's their work. No one can fire them from it. No one can take it away from them. Your talent, your gift is something that can put food on your table and change your life and take you places forever. Don't underestimate it. That's the one thing that God has blessed you with to make sure that you never, ever lack anything. And so I've been trying to make people back home understand in Africa and in Cameroon in particular, because I'm Cameroonian. I'm sorry, I'm not biased. I'm Cameroonian. And I love Africa in general. I love Mama Africa. In fact, I look forward to settling down forever in Africa. But I'm not going to pick Cameroon. I'm sorry. So sorry, that was an aside, sorry. As much as I'd love to encourage people back home, I just realized that people are unaware of realities, right? So I asked someone about a book, about writing a history book, and they charged me 3.5 million for a 25,000 to 30,000 words book. And I'm asking myself, are they joking? 2.5 million to 3,500 US dollars. I mean, even the best writers in America, I'm talking native English speakers, not those are funny grammar, English and mistakes that we make in Africa, because to be honest, we are not native speakers. These guys don't have dialects. We do have all sorts of languages that we speak. So our mother tongue most of the times is not really English. I'm talking people who are born, raised. In fact, the only language they know is English. They charge $600 to $800 for the same job. You are charging $3,500. And I'm asking myself, when someone gives you that kind of a price, how do you even talk to them? I'm like, I don't have time to waste. These are people who don't know their value and people who haven't done their homework. They're not working on their personal development, so they're not reading. You don't even bother to go and check to find out what this type of job costs and to be competitive, because there's so many options. And let me tell you something, and let me tell you in plain English. The person who has the money is always going to look for the best value for their money. You who has the talent, you are in a competitive pool of people, other people. So you have to do your best to come across as the one who brings the most value to the customer. If you don't do that, you're wasting your time. Even if you own a restaurant and you don't have more value, clients will go to the next restaurant. It's as simple as that. So it is very, very important that whatever you do, think about your value, how valuable you are. Your value is going to inform you of your price. If you're the only one who can do it, of course, demand is going to be high and supply is going to be low. And if you've done economics, you know that when supply is low and demand is high, prices skyrocket, they go up. Phew. But when there's a massive pool of supply, which is what's going on right now. No, that's not what's going on right now. When there's a massive pool of people who can do what you can do, price is very low because the seller has many options. And if it comes to you and you say 3,500, they just go to the person who says 500 and the person gets it and they get the same job done. I'm going to stop rambling right now, but I just wanted to talk about value because something came to mind and I realized that people back home, they're daydreaming. I mean, if you cannot step up to the plate, do your homework and give prices that are competitive, then we'll just keep giving the money to the Oyibo people and keep enriching them. It's as simple as that. I don't want to be in the losing end because I want to save Africa. No, Africa has to step up to the plate and try to save itself as well. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this podcast made any type of sense to you. Sorry for the interruptions as well. I encourage you to join us on social media. On Facebook, we're Young and Independent People. On Facebook, still, there's another group, Young and Independent Community. On Instagram, Young and Independent 35. On YouTube, Young and Independent. And we've got a website where we blog about financial independence, personal development, self-esteem, confidence, and all these things that we need in order to achieve a solid type of financial independence or financial freedom. Please join us on all these social media platforms. If you enjoyed the podcast, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section and to share it with your friends as well. Until next time, I encourage you to take care and I pray that you stay blessed.